welcome to the Lisse Rocket Podcast presents Rocket Summer Sessions. Today I get the pleasure of hanging out with the Path Less Traveled. Hey guys!
What's up? Hello. Thanks for having us.
Yes. Welcome. Seriously, I think I've talked to Scott before in the past when I was just doing the Lisse Rocket Podcast about having you guys on.
Yeah, we did talk.
Yeah, and then I've interviewed Nick's former project. That episode unfortunately didn't get released because I went through my own little personal stuff. So I had to stop the project. So my way of rebooting it was, let's call my buddy Alex at Stix and Pits and let's get a summer project rolling.
So it's been a long time coming.
Yes, and it took months of planning ahead of time before I could actually get anything started. Like Alex and I had to suss out how we were going to make a backyard work.
Well,
it's working now.
Watch the other episodes and
excellent.
Happy with what you're doing.
Thank you for watching, and I've noticed you've shared
of course
the first one at least. So that was awesome of you.
Oh, you're keeping tabs for sure then.
Yes. I'm really good at that. I'm also a woman, so we keep tabs on everything.
That's true. That is true.
Like you're married, you should get this.
We all know this. We're all in committed relationships.
Yeah.
We know.
Straight.
Exactly. All right, so you guys have been together since 2012?
Yes. Well, technically 2013 was the first show. But Jordan and I started this project in September of 2012, writing. And then the actual band took form in 2013.
All right.
And then our first show was June 18th, 2013. In Spokane, Washington.
Nice. You have just as good a memory as I do with dates.
That's crazy.
For this is it's important to me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, no, not a chance.
Yeah.
I have ADD. And
Do you know what you had for lunch that day?
On that day,
Actually.
the 18th, we slept. Well,
we slept
took a
in
motorhome.
Yeah, we rented a motorhome.
We rented a motorhome
which
because we
was
were opening for the
expensive.
Almost, which is like Aaron Gillespie's band.
Old band.
From Under Oath.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, dude, this is great. So we literally spent like $1,800 to drive down to play for free. It was like, it was a great vacation.
It was fun. We bought a lot of vanilla Coke, cherry Coke,
Pepsi, all the things that weren't available in Canada at the time.
At the time.
We were stoked on so many different levels. So we slept in a motorhome outside of a hockey rink, and then we went in there when the kids were like in between games, and we showered there real quick.
So smart.
And, what did we eat? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember eating.
Did we
actually.
even eat?
I don't know. We camped in Walmart that night, and then we waited Walmart at like 2 in the morning and ate food. So, but I don't remember.
That was our first
You
show.
could have said Cheetos. That would have been good.
I happen to be a long-winded person. I'm sorry.
And speaking of which, with the just
Cheetos.
the band being together for however long, how has the renditions of the band gone, like the members in and out and stuff like that, worked throughout the years?
We've only had one member change, actually.
Okay, was that when Nick got added?
That was when Nick
You're looking
joined.
at him. Yeah.
Huge.
And that was 6-7 months ago now. But basically, Nick became available, and we felt he's very, very talented. He's been around in the scene for a while. We're very, pleased with his old band. We played with his old band a few times. Yeah. And my brother just had a lot of other things kind of going on and stuff. It was kind of a natural transition from one to the other. And there's no animosity or bad blood. Dustin comes to the show still. He probably will show up on stage from time to time, just kind of hang out with us and that kind of thing. So we love my brother. But other than that, it's been the core group.
Yeah, that being
That's
said,
awesome.
though, it was a seamless transition to Nick. Like I felt like he's like with the new material we're releasing, like One Being the Devil, like he's definitely an added catalyst to our band that gives us a new dynamic, whole new source of energy. Yeah. And we're really excited to have him on board, and it's excited to see what else we can do in the future. We have a few more songs in the pipe that we're working on, and we'd like to feature his voice on a few more things. So.
Well, I was gonna ask, how have your guys' sound changed or creative process kind of morphed since the addition of Nick?
For me, I was obviously a fan of the band before I joined.
Yes, this much I know because we talked about them years ago.
You guys talked about us?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes, in fact we did.
That's good news then.
I may not remember, but yes, we did.
She remembers.
Yeah, I think Scott and I were starting a project up, and at that point, we had no plans of me joining the band, whatsoever. And we were going to do a little thing, just the two of us, and then Scott called me up one day, he was like, hey man, do you want to be in the band?
I remember what we were eating, and we were eating Tim Hortons. We were eating Tim Hortons, and we were sitting down, and we decided we were going to do it. I really wanted Nick.
I think it was January 2nd or January 3rd.
See, we do have memories. And
Yeah.
So.
Wow, you guys are impressive.
And then you guys took me to Chianti's.
Chianti's.
I remember we
yeah,
ate one time too.
Did you guys have to like seduce him to be in the
Yeah, well,
band?
he's Italian. He loves.
I feel like pasta.
Yeah.
He loves
really
pasta.
well.
They knew the way to my heart, man.
And like all the little bread rolls from Chianti's because those things are addicting.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I think one thing is like as a band, we've always we've had a lot of not obstacles, but like things that like other bands have gone through. I feel like in the city, being around for 4.5 years, we've seen a lot of bands come and go, and like we have always. Jordan and I saw Rancid. I think the first summer our band was playing, and Tim Armstrong said the reason we've lasted 30+ years is because we've always been friends first and a band second. So
that
that was
really
something
stuck to me.
that
Scotland,
like that really hit with us. So like there's times where my job like we would have to turn down like bigger shows, big opportunities, and sometimes Jordan would be in school.
I was in
finals,
school. We
and,
couldn't do a lot of shows.
we couldn't do things. So like the friendship thing was really important. So when we asked Nick to join, we wanted to make sure that we would get along. Like we already knew that to some extent, but like there hasn't even really been like an awkward new guy kind of
Moment.
phase because we would see Nick at Some 41 when we go see them in Calgary, or like Nick would be at the same local shows that we would be. So we already had that kind of friendship dynamic. And going into that, when he joined the band, when we had dinner, we wanted to just make sure that there was a good natural fit, and it wasn't just like, hey, you can sing, so be in our band. Because if you can't get along in a band off the stage, you're gonna have problems because your show is 45 minutes tops.
Yeah.
But the load-ins and then the sound checks and the touring and all that stuff.
And just the things you have to do together, because I know that there are some bands that write separately and then combine it all over digital resources and do it that way.
Yeah.
But
Technology's crazy.
That was kind of what I was used to in the past, was writing and then coming together and then figuring it out. I think one of the biggest selling points was exactly what you just talked about, was like, we're going to be friends first and a band second.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and that way you guys can like work together. Because if you guys don't like jam as people, how do you expect to jam as musicians, right? Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense.
This is also, aside from just music, like being friends first, like I've been like best friends with Scott for so long as well. And like even in high school and junior high and all that. And like aside from the band, like a band's like a family, and when like tough times are rolling in, like in your life, like a lot of tough things have happened to me, and the whole time we've been as a band, and you know, my bandmates have been there for me. It's not always just music, like that's what people hear and that's what people see, but there's so much more to it. So definitely friends first. It's like a family, it's like a brotherhood, and yeah, I'm so happy to be a part of this band with these guys. They're super, super tight. Love it.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough. I even personally have people that I just like jam with in their garage kind of thing, where they know the deep and darkest things about me, and they will just help me go through it just by jamming with me, right?
Yeah,
they'll just let me like
just
sing my
important.
lungs out so I can get that therapeutic release, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is important for sure.
So with the making of The Devil, how did that writing go for that song? Because it's an incredible song. The video is amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, guys, go on YouTube or just check out their Facebook page. It's the first link on there.
Pretty sure it's linked everywhere.
Yeah. You can plug it anywhere. You can find it.
Easiest place would be Facebook, probably on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Writing that song, there was a definite conscious decision. We've been talking about. I like a lot of like darker radio rock, and not even just radio rock, but like riff rock and stuff like that. So like, so I would write a lot of like kind of mid-tempo stuff, and then Mike and Jordan wanted to like, okay, let's kick it up a notch, right? So we want to have a bit some faster music, a bit more fun was a word that they used a lot. So I think I made the skeleton for this one. So every song with The Path Less Traveled is different. Sometimes Mike wrote 100% of it, and then I wrote the melodies. Or like on older songs, that was the case. Or like vice versa, I wrote the riffs and he wrote the melodies, and then I wrote the lyrics. So he wrote like, no song is the same in our band, which I also think is really, really cool. But for this particular song, I made the skeleton. I sent it to them, kind of with like an upbeat kind of punk rock vibe in mind. And then they were all pretty stoked on it. And then we got together, jammed it out, and then we wrote the melodies together. We were all in the same room, so changing parts. And then I wrote the lyrics that day, and then the song kind of fleshed out from there. But it was
literally on your computer as we were like
writing
the music.
And I was kind of jamming along to the skeleton on like the electric drum set, and I kind of added like, I guess if you guys listen to it, there's like some pattern parts in the verses, and like the breakdown's a little different. So I kind of like jammed to it and threw in some patterns in there, because that's kind of my background too. I come from like a metalcore background,
cool.
so I'm kind of used to adding a little bit of heavier patterns, and I think that was kind of what the guys wanted too, a little bit more.
And I think that's what the song needed, because given the concept of the song, it's about toxic relationships, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, so let's talk about what brought that about, if that's all right.
Absolutely. Sure. It's not actually going to be a big dark answer, because when I write lyrics, I write about concepts. I don't necessarily write about certain people or like my own life. Like sometimes maybe you do and you listen to it later and you realize, oh hey, I was like, there's a few songs I've written where like, hey, I was definitely going through something, and you see that. This particular song, we're just like, I'm a mid-20s now, and I have some friends who have been in relationships that have kind of gone south, and some that have lasted, and that kind of thing. And relationships are just something that fascinate me in general. I read like relationship books, and I'm a big nerd about
your wife
it,
likes
so.
that.
Yeah,
She does a lot.
She forces you to.
No, I do it on my own. I was reading them before.
He's lying, but anyways, okay.
I'm so
no,
weird.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. But so this song, I just thought about like you see people who you know are in a toxic relationship where like they treat each other like garbage. They're screaming at each other.
Always
but then,
yelling.
And then they're addicted to it, and they're afraid to leave because they have nothing else, right? And that's all they have. That's all they know. So they're too afraid to leave. So you get caught in that cycle, and you're just kind of they'll hurt your feelings, and you'll just kind of hurt their feelings back, just because you're hurt. It's not.
Yeah, it's like couples where like one cheats on the other one, so the other one's like, oh, I get to go cheat on you now.
Exactly.
This is fantastic.
Instead of being like, hey, let's work through this, right?
Yeah.
And it's common, and it's addictive, and it's something you see everywhere. So I wanted to explore with that concept, I think, and I felt like the song kind of reflected it, having like an upbeat punk part, and then like that really edgy pre-chorus, and then a really melodic chorus. Kind of like has the ebb and flow of a relationship, and then the breakdown just like it all falls apart.
Yeah, and I actually noticed that while I was watching the video, because I decided to rewatch it right before you guys came over.
Okay.
And I was like, this actually makes sense. And a lot of people don't bring light to that, right? Like, sure, you've got that Love the Way You Lie by Eminem and Rihanna.
That's a great song.
Great song. But you see light in that particular topic, especially toxic relationships in other genres a whole lot. So that was kind of refreshing to see.
Cool. That's what we want to be. Like, obviously the band The Path Has Traveled, the name does have a bit of a meaning of like, we want to try to do things that are a little different.
I was going to actually ask you guys about that. What brought up that name?
Just, I guess some of us come from, Christian backgrounds. I don't know if we still identify as Christian per se, or a Christian band, or whatever the case is, but like we all have beliefs, or not all of us, everyone in the band has their own belief system. We're all cool with that and respect it, whatever it is, but we have that kind of upbringing, right? So that kind of makes you think about things. But even within Christian circles, you see Christians that are doing things that frustrate you, or like, are like they're venomous, and they're just hurting other people. They're not even doing what you believe is
what Christianity should be, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So like putting a label on it, I think is just, there's no point. Being a good person is important, and that kind of thing. But The Path Has Traveled is just like, let's be in the scene, but let's be different than a lot of the other bands. Let's stand out. Let's be really easy to work with. Venues will like want to work with us. Let's have other bands, when they talk about us when we're not around, say good things about us. Like that's kind of our goal. We just wanted to have good standing and represent that on and off the stage, just as human beings. So that's kind of what that was. So
that way, if you state like, say, our music scene as like a religion in its own way, you'd like everyone to just be kind of like chill about things and not so aggressive. Like I find there's so many bands out there that just because they don't like a certain member or that one song, they'll just trash the whole band. And to me, that's so disgusting.
At the local level, especially, you're just crushing something that could be way better.
Exactly.
It's not what we want, for sure. So that's kind of what the name means.
Excellent. Speaking of shows and such, how was opening for CKY?
That was cool.
I want to hear about that. I really wanted to go to that show. Unfortunately, I had to close my store that night.
It's okay. We really only talked to Jess, but Jess Margera was very cool.
That is really cool. I would lose my mind.
It was dope. The show was fun. Unfortunately, all the tickets said 9 o'clock, and our set was 7:45. So literally, we played our last chord to maybe 80 to 100 people. Last chord rings out, then like the floodgates open, and everyone shows up, and then the next band starts. And we're like,
local bands are done.
Yeah, so the timing, I guess, was not really scheduled.
That was the only thing that was like frustrating.
But other than that, playing Dickens show. Is always a good time.
Dickens
I love that venue.
How many guys have you guys played Dickens?
Like 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5,
Probably
I guess.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I think all the times I played Dickens in my last band was with The Path Has Traveled anyway.
So
probably the same.
Yeah, I played there a couple times, so. Yeah,
I have to say, Nick, you're all, in my personal opinion, this seems much more suitable for you, like the sound and everything.
Fair enough. Cool.
Yeah. You've always been a super talented musician, and you've always done really well. But I think this is like some serious, some
it's
good
funny
growth.
that you say that, because I find myself even I come from a pop punk background, and those bands, Green Day, Blink-182 is what got me into music. And then for the longest time, I was in a pop punk band forever, and then the opportunity to join Path arose, and I now I'd like listen to hardcore. And
Yes!
I genuinely love it.
Jordan's like, we've converted
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I just threw a whole bunch of hardcore bands on my playlist that I never listened to before. So.
What's your
yeah.
favorite, top 3 favorite new bands that you've discovered in the last 6 months?
New bands that I've discovered? Oh man. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, Wage War.
Yes.
We got to play with Wage War.
Yeah, we did. We did open for Wage War.
Really nice
They're
guys
super
too.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
Super chill.
Super cool.
I wouldn't say Comeback Kid was within the last 6 months, but I definitely have a much bigger appreciation for them now as well. And I want to say not Beartooth. I loved their first album, and then I didn't listen to their second album, and then Scott was like, "Dude, just listen to it."
It's very good.
And now I love it.
So good.
Well, there's some albums where you listen to them the first time and you're like,
Yeah,
I don't know yet.
You come back and you're like,
But you come back and you're like,
this?
what was wrong with me?
Yeah.
Did I have bugs that day? Seriously.
That happens for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Lower Than Atlantis is a band that I've fallen in love with, head over heels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
Send me a
They're
link
like
later.
Pop heavy rock.
Pop heavy rock.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
They're tuned to drop B. It sounds like, and
Yeah.
they've got some riffs that are dude, and their drummer is
Their drummer's amazing. I
good.
I idolize him. He is so
He's
good,
so
and their
good.
singer, absolutely just incredibly talented. If you guys haven't listened to Lower Than Atlantis, please go check them out.
Listen
They
to
are
their,
so good. You will not be
Their
disappointed.
last album wasn't quite as vibey as the one before that we both love. That they're both good though, so check those out.
Definitely.
I guess I could check my Apple Music and see other bands I've checked out, but I think they're one of them for sure.
Yeah.
Nice. What are your favorite local bands right now?
Local bands.
Color in the Clouds is one of my favorite
Of all time, right? I love Color in the
So
Clouds.
Yeah.
Love that. I don't think they realize how much I love them, so it's gonna be real creepy when they watch this.
Oh, Dead Pretty. I
Dead
don't know
Pretty.
if they're still jamming, but
I don't know. I used to absolutely love Dead Pretty.
Danny
You guys need to
and,
play another
Ken
show again.
Mamstead's, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but they had this. They were in Black Phoenix Orchestra, and then they made a band called Dead Pretty, and they're not heavy or anything like that. Just really melodic,
beautiful
chill,
music.
cool music.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
amazing.
Lots of reverb,
Also,
lots of awesome.
check out Shiloh. They're cool.
And
Yeah, Shiloh
Shiloh
is sweet.
Is
Yeah.
amazing.
Shiloh is sweet.
Yeah, Chad's amazing lyricist, and his melodies are so good.
Very passionate too. Yeah.
And Raised by Wolves, we're
Yeah.
really, really good friends with those guys, and they're opening for Pop Evil, which is really, really cool.
That is-
stoked for them. So that's
Yeah, I find the scene is getting a lot more opportunities for the smaller bands in town. Yeah.
It's cool how the venues are opening. That's creating that opportunity. There's a new venue that's opening in the Northeast called the Rec Room. That's going to be about 500 seat too.
Okay,
So
cool.
I think it's going to be another venue that local bands are going to be able to get on and
Sweet.
play. It's gonna be
Yeah,
cool.
I've just noticed within the last at least 3 or 4 years that bands are getting more and more open to people that are just experimenting and having fun.
No, totally.
And then every band is coming out with an EP every 7 months to a year.
EPs are cheaper, easier to make, quicker, and you don't hate it, because if you sit on an album, you start to hate the first few songs you wrote and you like the new stuff. But if you write an EP, you do it in 6 months, it's out. It's out before you can hate it, cost less.
Yeah.
You catch a local audience quicker than EP too, I think, as a band that is kind of getting off the ground. I think it's a good way to get out to the kids in town.
Yeah. And do you guys have an EP coming out soon, or?
We're trying something
It's
weird.
unique.
We're doing
A
the
what?
Definitely different.
weirdest thing that I haven't heard
Yeah.
of ever.
Kind of excited about it, but
So what we're doing is we're trying to release a new song every 1.5 to 2 months until December. So we have a lot in the pipe. The Devil is the start of this project, and we're going to give it 6 months, gung ho.
we're going with the concept that kind of nowadays a lot of bands and a lot of artists, they go with singles. And people nowadays, sometimes I feel, I don't want to put them in a box, but I feel a little bit what's the word, spoiled, where they can't just listen to a song or listen to an album. They have to have a song with a video, or a song with a lyric video or something. So our idea was, we have, 8 songs in the bank, around 6 to 8, and what we want to do is we want to record and mix and master the songs ourselves, like we did with the Devil, and we want to release one around every month with a video. So then we'll do that once a month with a video, and then at the end of the year, we're hoping to make a collaboration or a conglomeration of all those songs. Put it
Everything, everything we've done in our career. We're gonna remix some songs from Cast Out the Cowards.
Yeah.
Conglomeration, is that a word?
Yeah, it's a geologist word.
I
so
think I might have also said a word that doesn't exist.
No, I'm a geologist. It's geology word.
Okay, I believe it.
Conglomeration.
Conglomerate's a rock. It's a mix of all this crap.
I learned
So,
something today.
This is an educational podcast.
Just so you
I'm
know.
sorry, I nerded
Word
a
of the
little
day.
bit.
Can you put it right here?
Any geologist watching, you'll probably
Collaboration.
understand.
Please do.
Anyways, sorry about that. Collaboration.
Yeah,
That's
so
better.
Cast Out the Cowards, there's some songs on there that we actually still like, but
That's true.
we're not really stuck on how it's mixed, because now we know so much more about production.
Well,
and
you've
everything.
got so much more education through experience in
Yeah,
those years,
exactly.
right?
And I've been recording bands on the side for the past 4 years, so I've gotten to the point where, like, Devil, we record it ourselves, we mix it ourselves. Everything's done in-house, which is a cool thing. So now that we're able to do that, the greatest hits, quote unquote, but not really greatest hits, just like a reimagination, re-envisioning of Path Less Travel is going to be released on October 21st at the Gateway.
Oh,
And
that's
we'll release
exciting.
it.
The
Yes.
Gateway is such a fun venue too.
It is. We're really, really stoked. We've only played it twice, but very stoked. It's with Trench Finger, Open Air, and From the Flame.
Trench Finger.
So good guys. Yeah,
Kyle's crazy.
Amazing.
But actually,
It's really cool to work with another band that like works as hard at promotion as you are,
Yeah.
right? Because when you do it together, you go that much further.
He's like, yeah, we should just do live videos all the time. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, he's really pumped, and
Yeah.
we're really pumped to play with them. So that's going to be on the 21st. They're releasing a CD as well.
Awesome. Well, anything more exciting for summer coming up?
28th, we're playing at the Beggar. I don't know if this is airing before or after that, but we're playing the YYC
Before.
Music Awards fundraiser. So that's going to be fun. We're holding out for a show in September. May or may not happen, but we'll talk about that if it happens. And then October is the release show and the show at the Gateway. So.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming out. This has been
Thank
really
you.
fun.
This
And thank
was
you
good.
for all the laughs and the good jams beforehand.
You're
That was
welcome.
awesome.
Thank you.
Collaborations.
My pleasure.
Conglomerations.
Conglomeration.
Collaborations for
Yeah.
getting
You guys
All
suck.
right. Well, thank you for tuning in to Rocket Summer Sessions with the Path Less Travel. Have a good week, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, we're the Path Less Travel. This is our new song called The Devil that came out on July 14th. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cause I used to be cautious, now I revel in your pain. My cup is what I often find. The devil's controlling my mind. So I apologize. Don't want to get left behind. Take away my cup.
go.
Thanks, guys.
So it's called Ghosts. It's off of Vacant Youth, which came out actually, I think 2 years ago, close to today. It came out on July 18th or something like that. It's the 16th today, so pretty cool. Cause I've been finding the words to say. I trip over my own tongue and I'm wanting to find a way to fill my empty lungs. I've said
Whoa.
gotta find some stable ground 'cause you're wrong. But I wanna win this round.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
I saw you by my side, but you're no friend of mine. You always running lines to say leave all my fear inside, and I know just your type. It's how you live your life. I see right through you. Living in a dream. I try to wake myself up, but I could never see that I was stuck under your spell. If I could have a hope,
If I could have a
that you get the help you need, 'cause I can never go.
I can never
Things that make me
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
I saw you by my side when you're no friend of mine. You always running hard. I see right through you. I feel inside, and I know just your type. It's how you live your life. I see there's no use hiding from me. Your silhouette is the only thing that I need to see the ghost in. There's no use hiding from me. Your silhouette is the only thing that I need to see the ghost in. There's no use hiding from me. Your silhouette is the only thing that I need to see the ghost inside. I saw you by my side, but you're no friend of mine. You always running night. I see right through you. I feel inside, and I know just your type. It's how you live your life. I see right through you.
That truck added a perfect amount of spice to that song.
All right, I'm ready.
I need support. Okay,
Okay,
ready?
one more time.
I need an adult.